Well, hello! I'm Auntie Sarah from CoffeeCraft, and today we're back for another crafty stream. I'm so excited. I get to try a new craft today, and that's one of my favorite things to do, if you don't know that about me. I love learning new things, trying new things, and this just is an extra treat to try leatherworking. So, before we get to that, I have a couple of things I need to go over. The first is that I am sick today, so I apologize if my voice is a little bit more wheezy or I cough every once in a while. I'm totally fine. Just a little respiratory issue, but I got myself some tea and 2 more cups of tea sitting right here and some snacks to help get me through this, and I appreciate your understanding. But I also wanted to remind you that we have some links going on. If you are joining us live, I am so happy that you're here, and we're excited to be with you in the chat. Auntie Christine is again in the chat to answer any questions if I don't have a chance to look up from what I'm doing. But if you are not watching us live, you can always put this on when you just need a little crafty friend to help get you through a study session or whatever you need to do. Yeah, you can watch it anytime. Also, there is a link to Ko-fi in the description if you would like to donate a coffee to me. You'll get a fun little reward in the chat. No worries if you don't want to do that though. Alright, I'm gonna grab myself a little sip of motivation here. I don't have any sleeves to roll up, but I will probably get to it because I'm a little unsure of how much time this will take me. Today's project is not sponsored. This is my own money, and well, we're gonna find out if it's a good tutorial or not, because that's one thing that we do sell at CoffeeCraft is tutorials. So I always love to try out different competitors' products to see, you know, are we doing things maybe a little different, a little better, maybe a little worse. We'll find out. You don't know till you try. So today's project is from Buckle Guy. They have both a Etsy and a website and a YouTube channel. I have linked their website and their YouTube in the description. And their craft kit came in a fun tube, and it included everything you see here, where it has the main leather pieces pre-punched, so I don't have to do any of the hammery bits out of leatherworking. They also gave me a ton of this, I guess it's like a synthetic thread. Feels like it's been waxed already. I am literally brand new to leatherworking, so this is not a auntie tip tutorial. You're gonna see me learn. But it also comes with some canvas that also feels like it's been coated with something, some sandpaper. Looks like it's a 120 grit and 2 needles. And I found out later why there are 2 needles to do this project. Also some additional beeswax. What the kit suggested that I also prepare, that it did not come with, is a lighter, some snips for cutting the thread, some water for burnishing, and then the tutorial suggested that I use binder clips to hold pieces together while I sew. You know, as you hand sew projects with fabric, you usually use like pins or something to hold it in place, but you don't want to put any extra holes in your leather. So I have a variety of binder clip sizes here. We're gonna find out what works, what doesn't work. I don't know. But yeah. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I already have read through the instructions as well as their instructions on how to burnish things. I'll be honest, I did not know what burnishing meant before I read this and watched their YouTube channel tutorial instruction thing. Essentially, it's like putting on essentially a layer of damage onto the piece already. It'd be like simulating putting the piece in and out of your pocket like hundreds of times beforehand so that these edges that are raw seal and then they don't get damaged by water. They did mention that it is optional, it just kind of gives a more professional finished look if you burnish while you make your project. But you can always just choose to not burnish if you don't want to, because it will happen naturally over time. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try step 1 here. Wish me luck. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I believe when they say flesh and grain, they mean that the side that's more raw is the flesh, and then the grain is the other side. I am verifying. Yes, the front is the grain and the back is the flesh. Perfect. So first we are going to excuse me. We are going to burnish the outer edge here, or attempt to. I don't know how to burnish, so we're gonna try together. The first step that they suggested was you take a little bit of water with your finger and you kind of just rub it in. You don't want it to be soaked, but you want it like slightly more than damp, I think. Thank you, Christine. I need your luck. I'd love to hear in the comments if you've ever tried leatherworking or if you are interested in trying it. To me, it seemed like the next logical craft to try, considering I've tried a lot of other hand sewing based crafts. It's just one more piece in the repertoire, right? Okay. So next we use the canvas cloth and we just rub it back and forth along the edge until there's a light shine. Okay. Oh, it is looking shiny. Oh man, it's working. Who'd have thought that they weren't just lying to me? Alright, so I don't know how well you can see this. Let's see if we can focus up. Or we could try this camera too. There is a, like right on the edge. Get my face out the way. There's a little bit of a shine right on the edge. I don't know how well you can see that, but my eyes can see it. So the next step is to rub beeswax along the edge and then repeat the process with the cloth. Ah, okay. So the sandpaper, I was just reading to try to remember when I was supposed to use the sandpaper. If you are trying to burnish multiple layers of leather stitched together, use the sandpaper to lightly sand the edges of leather until the layers are flush, and then you burnish afterward. So since it's still just a single layer, we're gonna apply some beeswax and we're gonna do it one more time. Okay. Ooh, Julia says that she's done some leather stamping to make keychains, but no sewing. Yeah, today we're gonna do the, I suppose it's a basic stitch. I've never heard of it before. It's called the saddle stitch. I'm guessing it's named that way because it's how you sew saddles together, but I don't know. Alright, so we got some of that on there. Okay, it doesn't say to apply water again, so we're just gonna go back in with the cloth. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Do. Oh, it does look so shiny though. Especially compared to the area that I haven't burnished. So I think they suggest that we burnish this more kind of right angle side when we have attached the other pieces, 2 and 3. So I think that'll come together then. Oh, and it's so much softer too. Ooh, I like that. That's real nice. Okay. They did mention that when you're doing a single layer that you should be very gentle. Considering I don't know how much force is normally required, that's kind of a guess for me right now. But essentially what I'm just verifying right now is that none of the edges have like a lip or anything weird about it. So far it doesn't. Cool. So now we can burnish number 5 here. We'll just set him there. And it's the longer edges. Oh, we're gonna find out if my long nails are a good choice or a poor choice for this craft. There we go. Okay. I've been looking forward to this kit. I think I bought this kit. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Christine, but I think I bought it a month ago. And I mean, I've been thinking about leatherworking since we did a little video a little bit ago where we tried out different embroidery kits from Joann's. We were looking at the kit options. And they had like a leatherworking kit at Joann's, but it didn't seem like it included very much. And let's just say, I don't know, like there's part of my brain that the reason why I went with this company is they advertised a lot that they get their leather from a local farm that's, I think, in either Colorado or in California. So I wanted to make sure that I was sourcing like the materials in a somewhat ethical way. Considering I don't know much about it, I felt like I wanted to make sure I was going to a pretty good supplier of things. And sometimes with those kits from Joann's, you never, like, you don't know if it's just, you know, a random kit from anywhere. They had a lot of different choices for kits on this website. They had glasses, cases, wallets, keychains, tons of things. Okay, that looks pretty good. The tops of 2 and 3. I also wasn't sure that I wanted my first kit to be having to punch all the holes. To even just find out if I like working with leather or not. I thought this would give me a good chance to test out just practicing the stitches before I get too committed, you know? Okay. Go. Leather from the happy cows of California, who knows? Do you guys remember those ads from, God, it must have been like 2010? Happy cows are from California. Golly. Thanks for that brain cell activation, Nate. There we go. Very nice. Alright, and now the long bit all the way around. Wow, okay. I'm gonna do this one in sections, I think. Let's see. So far, I say that since I'm not having to use the sandpaper yet, the long nails are not necessarily a problem. I'm a little nervous on if I had to do literally this motion with sandpaper that I would have been sanding this poor nail down. That's the other thing I was kind of giggling watching tutorials for leatherworking is almost always it's the videos some guy, you know, who's super rough and tumbly, and he's got the world's roughest nails too. And I'm like, well, we're gonna find out if that's because of the leatherworking. I don't know, what can I say? I like to have fancy nails sometimes, you know? And by sometimes I mean like all the time, so. I say you do you. If you want good nails and you want to try leatherworking, I'm not stopping you. And if you got rough nails and you want to do leatherworking, then I'm sure it'll be more comfortable and faster. Oh. Okay. Interesting. So I'm trying really hard to not pinch the leather too much to crease it. Just trying to hold it and get a good burnish on this. Now that I know the keywords. Oh, it is bending. So we will just be careful. Okay. After this, I do think I'm gonna get some of that tea. Today's cup of motivation for me is a Earl Grey tea with a let's just say a Godar approved size amount of honey. Maybe it's not as much as she would actually use, but she'd approve of the quantity I put in that cup before I started pouring tea. There we go. Oh well, and I remembered Julia's here. She'd be proud of me, maybe, I don't know. But I have some stroop waffles to heat up over my tea. They aren't, you know, exactly from the Netherlands so much as from the Meyer, but I'm sure that they were made in the Netherlands originally. Okay. Beeswax, that's what I have to do, yeah. Okay. I knew you'd like that, Julia. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the first time I ever had a stroopwafel, I was on a plane, and I think the Delta Airlines ran out of their normal biscotti cookies, which are my favorite plane snack. And they had stroopwafels, and it was also the first time I've ever not just gotten like a Sprite on an airplane. I don't know why, I always just get Sprite. But since they had stroopwafels, the flight attendants were suggesting people get tea or coffee. I'm like, I guess I'll try it. Like if that's how you're supposed to eat them. So it was really cool. I don't know. I wasn't going to the Netherlands or anywhere else, but yeah, stroopwafels were an accidental discovery on an airplane for me. And then when you get home and you find out Meyer just has them, you're like, what is this? Essentially, for those of you who don't know, stroopwafels are little thin kind of waffle batter, almost like as thin as a crepe, but they're filled with a filling. This one is filled with like caramel. So as you let it sit over your coffee or your tea, it warms up the caramel so that when you're ready to take a little bite, it's warm, toasty, melty, gooey caramel. It's a good time. Can't go wrong. It's definitely time, Christy. All right. That didn't take me too long. That took, well, okay, yeah, like 15 minutes to do the step one. Now for the real work here, the saddle stitch. So before I get too far, they suggested that I use 40 inches of this thread. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, I also prepared my little threader tool because they didn't say that I would want that, but I'm not so good at threading the needles without my tools, so we'll find out if it's necessary. And because they don't believe in freedom units like I do, in their like read this beforehand, they even give me a ruler so I can measure out 40 inches. I don't have to guess. So how I'm going to do that is you lay out your ruler here, grab it at that mark, that's about 10 inches. That's about 20 inches. Oh boy. 30 inches. Oh, 30 inches there. And about 40. We're going to give it a little extra just in case I'm a little off. Okay. That's a lot. You know, if you wanted this in Sarah units, I'd say that doubled up is longer than a forearm. But, you know, it's okay. It's okay. We're following their tutorial. I'm not in charge here. I'm just executing. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Nice and soft. So we're just going to flip it over so the other side gets softened up. Okay. So, excuse me. If you were like me and you don't know what a saddle stitch is, they provide me this handy dandy little instructions. Essentially, we're going to thread both sides of this, I want to call it floss, it's probably closer to thread. We're going to end up with 2 needles and 1 piece of thread. So we're going to thread the needle And then we're going to stab the needle through the thread itself to kind of lock it in place so that it doesn't pull out from the needle as you work. Because it sounds like I'm going to have to be able to keep a really tight stitch on this. So once we have those two knots together, to actually complete the saddle stitch, we need to bring the thread so that the center point is between the leather, and then we're going to essentially kind of figure eight our way all the way through. As you can kind of see here, we're going to start here. We're going to bring one piece up and down and up and down, and on the opposite side go through the same holes in the same spots, just the opposite way. But yeah, and once we're done, we're gonna, I think, backstitch, and then that should lock it in place. Snip the thread like an 1/8 inch out, and then heat it up with the fire. And since it's a synthetic thread, it should just melt instead of burn. If it was like a cotton thread, it would just burn, and that wouldn't really work. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. But it sounds like we're gonna have to keep a pretty tight work here, which, you know, I'm a little nervous about, but we're gonna do great. All right. So first, let's try just threading one of these here needles. Oh, these are very different from normal sewing needles. This is like very, very sturdy. Let me see if I have a sewing needle nearby. Yes. So this is a pretty large-eyed sewing needle, and then this is the leather needle. They're quite different. One. Oh, no, come here. There we go. See the difference there? This is probably like twice the size and radius to my sewing needle, but the eye is about the same width as well. So it'd be hard to bend this one. Probably good. Okay. Let's try threading it. Whoa. Easy! Maybe I gotta start like waxing my thread or something. That was not too bad. Alright. Memory. We say send thread through eye needle. Done. Send point of needle through the center of the piles at a 1/2 inch from the end? Really? Oh, I see. This way. Sure. About right here. We're gonna eyeball that one. Cool. So I've stabbed it through. I am unsure how to pull through, but we're gonna try. Oh shoot, just like that, huh? Okay. And then very nice. Okay, that makes it quite strong. Okay, we can do this. I mean, I had total confidence this whole time that I'd be able to easily do this. That's for sure. So easy. They were correct. I did not need the needle threader. Stabbed it through. Just one more time so you can see that. Huh. Okay. All right, so now we have our situation here. If I zoom back here, oh, this way. Goes from pinky to pinky, essentially, where this side is a loop and this side has 2 needles. So now we're going to start actually working. So again, come on, brain. Flesh will be this side, so it's saying to use the flesh side and the grain side as so. We're gonna line it up. I'm gonna grab the medium-sized dude here. Alright, so I've just kind of lined it up so that the holes are lined up between the 2 pieces so I can see light right through them. I don't know if you can see that. It's not the easiest thing to see, but we're also just gonna make sure that it's not gonna move around by clipping kind of near the end here. How about that? Now it does leave a little bit of a mark, but I'm guessing that maybe with time that would be less visible. Oh, I'll find out for you. Okay. So we're going to start by pulling all the way through and then grab the other needle and try to make it about halfway. Okay. Okay. And now the top needle we're going to bring around to the back, make it come through the front. Oh baby, what is happening? Oh, I've looped things. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Try to make sure we are lined up on the top here. And this back one, we're going to go through the front towards the back. Make sure we are not looped, pulling weird, doing nothing. Binder clip, you're in the way. Okay. We're gonna pull that nice and tight. Okay. So now we've got kind of what they were describing, where you can see it maybe on this one better. We've got our 2 threads coming out on either side of our leather, and now we're going to start weaving from the front to the back and from the back to the front. You know what I don't love about these steps so far is I get a little overwhelmed by the size of a paragraph, and there are steps here. It's all just kind of one big paragraph. You may not know this about me, but I'm a little bit dyslexic, so like when I get overwhelmed by a lot of words at once, it's hard for me to really focus on what I need to do. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to do what I was mentioning, where it's like from the front to the back and the back to the front, all the way to the first hole of the bend here, and then we're gonna have to start folding that first piece around number 2 until we get all the way to the back to the other side of number 2 here. And they mentioned that this we'll have to make sure we keep our stitches very tight, and when you get to the last hole on the left gusset, continue the saddle stitch around the upper panel up to here, like the middle of the top, and then we're going to back stitch when we get to the end, and then bring both of those threads to the flesh side, this side, and then snip them and burn them. Okay, it's gonna be great. What can go wrong, right? Bring it to the front, And then switch this guy. Bring it to the back. Okay, we're not stabbing through. No, no, we are not. You know, what's kind of nice about this compared to regular hand sewing is having the holes pre-punched here really makes sure that everything's quite consistent looking. That's something I know I struggle with embroidery, is having all my stitches be the same length. It looks a lot more professional when you're doing it in a very consistent way. This kind of forces that to naturally happen. Okay. To the front. Or, sorry, to the back. Alright. So we are tight. Bring that in. Okay. So. Now things are getting curvy. I'm going to take my binder clip off, I think. So to do this, I've got the back piece, and then I'm going to try to find the front piece here, line them up, and then pull it nice and tight. And give this a little pull, and do the same thing from the other direction. Wait. Okay. We'll give both of them a good tug. So again, from the back. Oh, baby. Let's give them a good. Okay. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. All right. This is, I don't want to jinx myself here, but this is working up pretty quick. It's like having the holes already made really takes a lot of the difficulty out of hand sewing. Well, and honestly, having such a structured fabric to work with, it's really a whole new ball game compared to working with floppy. Oh, my stroopwafel, I forgot! Thank you, Julia. Oh my goodness. Who is she? It's so good with tea. I got in the zone. You can't forget about your snacks, you know? Oops, sorry. So now we're on to the straightaway. Out of the complicated. I think I did it okay considering I certainly can't see any light between the two pieces around the curve. I think I will have to sand it just because there's like a little bit of a lip between the two pieces. Focus. Yeah, that's okay though. I think that that's just kind of natural. You know, now that I'm looking at this, this does remind me of a saddle. Like when I was younger, we used to go horseback riding when we were on the other side of the state. There's this place called Rainbow Ranch. I honestly don't know if it's still named Rainbow Ranch, but you can go trail riding on horses. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. But yeah. I'm thinking that I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. All right, now we're into the easy peasy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everything's getting weird. There we go. I keep knocking this microphone. It's in the perfectly wrong spot today. Okay, we're almost there. Well, the real kind of motivation behind learning some leatherworking, this upcoming May, I'm actually going to be learning to ride a motorcycle. And, you know, of course, there's Crafty me who thinks, oh, you know, getting a motorcycle license, that means you're gonna maybe need some saddlebags or some projects that would be made of leather. You better learn how to do leatherworking. So we'll see. If I get more confident with cutting out and you know, designing these kind of bags, that would be pretty fun. The difficulty I can already see is that if you were to plan out a pattern for leatherworking, I think it would have to be quite a different process from how I plan out a pattern for sewing. Like, there's really very little seam allowance here. It's very, very close to the edge that you're actually sewing. And I'm not sure how long a bigger project like that would take me to hand sew. Suppose there's only one way to find out. I'm really good at starting projects, so might as well just jump in. Yeah, my hands do smell like beeswax at this point, so I'm thinking that this thread must be coated in beeswax. Oh, another little leather segue here. You may know from some other videos recently, but I've been reading a certain book series recently called Crescent City. They had a little crossover with another book series, and my friend gave me a candle that is scented like well, I mean, I don't know how scented it is, but it's supposed to be scented just like one of my favorite characters from the series, who is known for wearing Illyrian leathers. So, you know, maybe I could impress Cassian with this kind of skill. It just felt fitting, you know? Alright, we are approaching the point. I think we do one or two more. Okay. So now that I have saddle stitched, I've reached the 4 holes at the center of the outer panel. Backstitch and pull both needles through the flesh side of the outer panel. Okay, so we're gonna pull this tight. We're going to stitch in the hole we just came out of. Oh, I did it weird. Oh, of course I would. Yep. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Do that. And then I'm gonna just backstitch one more back. I'm sure that's fine. Oh, so this candle is scented as lavender, geranium, mahogany, cedarwood, and oakwood and teakwood, which honestly I don't smell a lot besides beeswax right now. But otherwise I like it. I've kind of been shying away from the more floral scents recently for candles, so it's quite nice to be a little different. So I've trimmed the threads here just a little bit, and I've backstitched the one that was leading on the front here just back once, and then the one that was on the back I ended up going back twice so that it ended up stopping on the inside of this piece. And now for the risky bit, which is playing with fire. So we're gonna try to burn just the threads and not the leather. Cool, cool, cool. Looks like it. And then he suggested you use the side of your lighter to push it down if you don't have calluses yet that are okay with the pain of melted thread. And that was actually a good tip. I think that worked really well. So now it's like there are two little melty bits shoved right in there. And I don't think that's going anywhere. So, I think we just do that whole thing again. Easy, right? Yeah. So we do the right gusset all the way around, and then do something funky when we get to the end. We'll get there when we get there. First, we gotta get our thread. How do we undo this to get my needle back? Ooh, smart. Nice. Make a little pile over here. Okay. Another 40. Alright. Oh Lord. Ooh, this is one of those songs, Christine. We found it. Next. Apologize. Sorry, so that's 20. 30. And 40. Okay. Now this is turning into a little bit of rat's nest here, so I'm just gonna wind it up a little so that it doesn't get all knotted. Yeah. I swear I triple checked this playlist quite a few times. Apparently my ear is not so good for the community appropriate. Okay. So again, wow, my fingers are just beeswaxy now. Like, look I can pick up a needle with just the side of my thumb. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I'll just keep on going here. Okay. Nice. And then we estimate where about a ½ inch is, because I don't need no one to tell me how long ½ inch is. There we go. Okay. Pull all the way through. And pull it tight. Nice. Other side. It's kind of handy to have super beeswaxy fingers, you know, in this particular instance. I'll have to let you know on the next stream how long it takes to get the beeswax off. I'm sure some soap will be good enough. Okay. Sure, that's about definitely ½ inch right there. Okay. Pulling through. Easy. It's like I know what I'm doing now. Okay. Again, it's a long bit. We're gonna line up the same way as we did before. I am still going to use the clip from before, but I probably will just do the one on the end. And remember to bring those guys down, get a little motivation. Okay, here we go. Come here. Oh, we don't need you, friend. Okay, that's about halfways. We're gonna take the front, bring it around to the back, back to the front again, trying to loop it around the top, not around the side. Leave that over here. Loop this guy around from the front to the back. Don't be stabbing through nobody, just around everybody. Okay. See how it wants to kind of be on the side? We're gonna try to force it to be on the top here. And just give it a nice tug. Okay. And now just do it again. Oh, we are already having trouble. Boy. There we go. Okay. Swing. Excuse me. I'm on about day 3 or 4 of this cold. I've been lucky. I've been testing negative for the big bad, but you know, it's one of those things when you test negative, you I think it's my engineering brain that's like, you know, is it really negative? Will it be negative tomorrow? So I don't know. I just keep testing every morning right now. But I swear, like, every day it feels a little better. But just talking to, like, my mom, it sounds like I've got some family members who are in totally other parts of the country from me who I have not seen in a long time. And that we all have this right now. And I don't know how we all caught it at the same time. It's impressive. Someone cast a curse on my family, and I need to know who it is. No, it's probably just poor luck, honestly. There we go. I really can't complain either. Like, I've been so healthy for probably 4 or 5 months. I've been really consistent with my workouts and everything like that, so I feel like I've been making some really good headway on my fitness and health in general. So I'm sure that I'll just, you know, rebound from this and come out even stronger. That's the plan. Okay. Making sure I'm just pulling this tight every once in a while. Probably around every stitch by every once in a while. You think Cassian was the one? How could you not like Cassian? Incorrect answer. Dun, dun, dun. He also isn't necessarily smart enough to cast a curse of this kind of magnitude. He's more upfront, you know. Like, if he's got a problem with me, it'll be obvious. Okay. Exactly, Becca. Okay. Things are getting a little weird. It's okay. We can do this. Just gotta remember I'm not left-handed, The right hand does better work. Every once in a while I forget that. Okay. Clearly, we gotta change that for Nate. I'll be visiting Auntie Christine and Nate later this week. And you know, you keep this up, I'll bring the audiobook and you'll learn about Cassie in one way or another, Nate. Okay. I am getting into kind of a weird spot here where I'm trying to keep this balanced up. Oh, maybe I should use my clips! Oh, big brain. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that just occurred to me. There we go. I am looking forward to this upcoming trip though. I'm hoping that I can get most of this cough gone by the time it's Wednesday or so. We're gonna have fun. Last couple years I've gone out there for my birthday, which is shared with a very special little boy. It's Nate and Christine's oldest son. Well, it's shared close enough, I'd say. You know, March 1st to March 4th. It's like Pisces twins. I don't know. It's always been fun to kind of co-celebrate. Be able to be out there for it and get some sunshine in the middle of the Michigan spring, which can honestly be... Like today is pretty sunny, but sometimes... Like I think it snowed last week. Here we go. All right. So now we just work our way up to the middle bit, and then we have to read again because I was overwhelmed by that paragraph. We're gonna have to read it when I get there. It snowed last night. I don't remember. Well, okay, I wasn't really conscious that well the past couple days. You could be completely right, Becca, and I wouldn't know. Oh, poor Becca. She's on a Wednesday call with me and a couple other friends to watch some movies together and TV shows, and this last week, I fell asleep halfway through, like maybe 30 minutes into the movie. So, you know. That's when everything started to go a little downhill for me. It was a good movie, though. If you have not seen Chicken Run, it is a classic from my childhood. Those old stop animation kind of movies were always so interesting. And like the British humor in it. I don't know. It's hilarious. Oh, hey there, Jeremiah. Welcome to the Crafty stream. Okay, we are... I feel like I'm flying through this. I did not expect this. It's all the good vibes. That must be it. That and the Dayquil and Robitussin. It's doing its job. Okay. Woo. Oh no, oh no. Okay. There we go. So I have to decide if I'm going to keep these glasses cases for myself or if they are going to be a gift for somebody. One challenge I gave myself this year is that instead of trying to do 100 Christmas presents all in December, I am trying to plan out Christmas presents during the birth month of the people I'd like to give a gift to. So, I mean, on top of that, I also just want to be crafting things like for Crafty streams, so that might offset some work. But I do know a lot of people who are similar to me, and we all wear glasses. And having a really fancy handmade case, it's not a bad gift. Okay. Thank you, Jeremiah. I'm feeling better. Every day, just a little better. Okay. Alright, we have made it to where we ended last time. So let's go ahead, get a little sip of motivation here, and read. Oh. Alright. So, saddle stitch all the way around until you reach the previously completed stitches from step 1. Back stitch and pull both needles through to the flesh side of the outer panel. Snip and carefully burn the threads. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing, but just back the other way. So, this one from the back comes to the front. Pull that nice and tight. This one we're going to try to not stab the things so much as just go around them. Out the back, and then around them. One more stitch here. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty consistent. Oh, somehow I crossed them last time. Oh well. So again, I'm gonna give everything a little tug and then snip them probably 1/8 of an inch. So they have little snaggly ends here. That might be hard to see. Apologize. Move out the way and get out the fire. Best part, or the dangerous part, I don't know. We're going to burn the threads and not the leather. Alright, so now they're fun little glowy blobs, and we're just gonna push it down with the side of the lighter. Okay, and look at that! They are definitely little blobs of thread in there, acting like glue. Cool. 2 steps down. Oh, 3 steps down. Look at us. Okay, all right. Step 4. Oh, gotta adjust the hair a little. There we go. Oh, right. Now the complicated. By that I mean I read this step and I didn't understand it when I read it the first time. So maybe now will be the time. Let's see, we're going to saddle stitch this guy, number 5, closed. Prepare your needles, send one needle through the left side of the loop and the other through the right side of the loop. 2 saddle stitches, close the loop. What? All right, well, let's let's go ahead and get the thread ready. So they say 13 inches for this bit. Okay. Okay, we are getting a little chaotic. It's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna adjust. Oh yeah, Christine, I should show you all the different kits that they've got. They have so many cool looking like wallets. I think actually would be really fun to make. They have so many different colors of the leather too that I was kind of surprised. And they go over the different kind of tanning processes that they use for their leathers. So it might be nice to, like, they really have a lot of options, so you can really customize the gift for who you're picking out to make it for. I went with more of a neutral color scheme on this, but you could get like a really bright colored thread to do something that's more stand out. Or I think they even have like greens and reds for the leather if you want like something a little different. Oh, thank you, Jeremiah. I'm doing my best here. All right, 10. Yes, right there, and then to the 3. Right there. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's close. Sure. I'm sure it's fine. There we go. There we go. Sorry, I just had to verify the song was also appropriate. And now that we got one that slipped through, I'm starting to get self-conscious. There we go. And then we stab it through about 1/2 inch in. Okay. And we just give that a pull. Now the other side. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's just give it a shot. Maybe it'll all just come to me, you know? So if I remember correctly, the white is this side, the grain side. So we're going to have this come through this side. And this side. Okay. And then we just pull it. Do 2 saddle stitches to close the loop. This does not seem big enough, but we're gonna give it a shot. I'm sure it's fine. Right, yeah, we're gonna pull through like that. And then pull through on this side. Oh, okay, there. And now we're gonna try to go back out. Do it one more time. Yep. Okay. See, I feel like it's supposed to be meeting. Yeah, just like that. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. And now pull both needles toward the inside of the completed loop. Okay. 1 and 2. Great. Snip. And then burn the thread. How do I, what? You must pull the stitches tight in order for the loop to be tight enough for it to stay fastened. Well, I don't think it gets much tighter than that. Okay, so we can always try again if we do it wrong. So we're gonna snip them. Okay, and now we're going to carefully burn in the loop, not our fingers. So, oh, that's fingers. Yep, immediately no. Okay. How am I supposed to burn that? Boy! Wait. Tweezers. Oh lord. They did not suggest this. I suggest this. I don't want to burn myself today. I'm good. Alright, so we're gonna make it circular. Ooh, yes. And then squeeze. Okay. Whew, that burnt the leather. I smell that. Ah! Risky! Okay, well the fun bit is hopefully over. Whew. I did not burn myself, so this is a win. So now the real test is... Okay. Alright. And we'll just put the burnt end on the inside and everything will be fine, I'm sure. Actually, I might have burnt me a little bit here. Let's just Alright. We're on to step 5. We're making good time. Have another little snack here. Saddle stitch the top stitches here. Okay, so we're gonna saddle stitch these guys. I think we're gonna put the loop on the thing and then saddle stitch on the other side. Nice. Whoa, line them up. So I'm trying to get the holes to be lined up. Hold it in place while I try to clamp. Come on, clamp. We'll do clamp that side and then clamp the other side. Honestly, Christine, are you surprised that I finally found a craft that I could burn myself in? I feel like you shouldn't be that surprised. Okay. I feel like we're on the home stretch here. Okay. Put this in the pile. Whew. I do appreciate that it seems like they gave me plenty of extra thread here so that I'm not like struggling to try to tie them or try to do these weird little knots that I've never done before. Alright, we need another 13 inches, I believe. Yes. Alright. Okay, there we go. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. side. Come on. There we go. I wonder if you can buy this thread that's like pre-beeswaxed, or if the seller kind of did like handling on this for me. I'll have to do some research. It seems like it's made this incredibly easy, which I like, but I don't know if that's normal. All right, so to start, align the strap over the highest sitting holes. Yes. Thread the needle through the furthest left hole on the outer panel. Begin the saddle stitch, attaching the strap to the outer panel. On your second stitch, continue. Okay. So we're essentially going to start on the outside, come down here, come to this guy, and backstitch probably once or twice. So, let's give that a shot, I guess. Again, we're going to align this so that it's kind of 50-50 here. And go through the top. This is superhero music. That's me. A super Sarah's stitching power. I don't know. Sorry. I'll stop that. Okay. Ooh. Oh, it comes pre-waxed. Ooh. Well, because I know that you can, like, if you get into hand stitching, they make these that are essentially beeswax, I don't know, pucks. You put your thread through this and it really strengthens your thread. If you're going to be making, like, a garment or something that thread's going to be under a ton of tension, people really highly suggest that you coat your thread in beeswax. But it comes pre-coated. That's one less step. I appreciate that. So now we're going to pull both back stitches to the inside. I'm gonna snip it, heat it up, and squish it. Oh, we don't need these guys. There. Whoa, that lit on fire. Okay, it's fine. That was planned, definitely. All good. It's all good here. All right. Line it up. Put the burnt end on the inside. And do the same thing, only on the bottom stitches here. I think this is the last step. I mean, other than the final burnishing. Making good time. This is definitely a beginner project. So to get these knots undone, I'm just essentially taking the second needle and just stabbing it through the same hole that you kind of made by the knot, and then just pulling them apart. That seems to work pretty well. Maybe if you had shorter nails than me, it'd be somewhat easy to undo, but sometimes using tools makes us better. So, another 13 inches. Look at all this extra thread. Look at, we could have messed up a lot, but we haven't so far. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. There we go. Nice. We go. Okay, our final thing here. Do they suggest that we do the same thing? Yeah, okay. So we want it to look the same. So we're gonna start on the same side. So try to get these to be pretty even. All right, just start. There we go. Oh, thank you, Jeremiah. I just got my nails done today. We're out of the Valentine season and into the Pisces season, so I did something a little water themed. There we go. And I accidentally picked out pretty much the perfect color for like Cinderella blue, which is perfect for entering the Disneyland area in a little bit here. Okay. All right, so we're at the end. So we're gonna go back. Pull that nice and tight. And then we are not going to stab things, we're going around. One, and then back to the inside. Very nice. Okay. And give it a trim. And yet again, I've trimmed them so that they are pretty short. Short enough that they hopefully won't just light on fire, but they will melt. And now we just push down with the side. Okay. And that's what they look like. Kind of done. They're a bit shiny, flat, melty, gooey. And I think this means that Haha! It's done! Very nice. First off, should I see if my glasses fit in it? I hope they will. Let's see. Oh, they just fit. Look at that. Well, okay. It's a glasses case. It fits glasses. Very nice. So I think the final step here is to do the final burnishing. So we need to sand all the double area on both sides here, and then burnish, just like we did at the beginning. So I'm gonna go ahead and try doing that. I don't know if this is like wood where you know, sanding back and forth can be a little rough on it. So initially I'm just trying one direction. I'm just trying to get them so that they're essentially the same height, so that the burnish will kind of take for both of them. Excuse me. Christine, are you calling me out that I haven't finished a project on stream in a while? You're not wrong. I still technically haven't finished last month's project that I need to finish. But, you know, I like to start projects. There we go. I still have the other projects up there hanging that I haven't finished either. There's 2 streams! 1 out of 3? That's not bad. It's not exactly passing. Oh man. What is going on? We got one piece of hair sticking straight up. I'm urkling over here. Oh, it's my bangs. Oh, don't mind them. Okay. Wow. This makes some dust, by the way. Which, if you have a hard time breathing, maybe isn't the best to do near your face. So we're gonna go ahead and stop there, I think. Okay. Now we burnish like we did before. We're gonna grab some water. Just kind of dampen the area. Okay, grab our canvas that has some beeswax or something on it, and we're just gonna give it some buffing. They use some of the most funny words. I was kind of giggling. Let's see. I don't remember where I saw it before, but they were describing what burnishing is, and they used 3 other words to describe it, and I didn't know what any of those 3 words meant. I'm like, well, it's gonna be hard for me. But honestly, you know what I did when I did not understand? I went and I went to YouTube just to see physically what's going on, because I'm very much a visual learner. Which is why, like, especially in the tutorials that we write, I spend so much time trying to get the right photos from the video I make, just so that, you know, I'm doing the best I can with the English I know, but sometimes you just gotta see it, right? That's okay. Different people learn different ways. So offering like a written way, a visual way, and then, you know, a video gives you that audio form, really just hits 3 different learning styles really well, which is kind of our goal here. And honestly, it kind of looks like it's Buckle Guy's goal too, because he's got quite a few of his tutorials as YouTube videos as well. So there we go. All right. The other side. So you can kind of see a difference. This is my burnished side. It's like kind of darker, shiny. And then over here, it's still raw. So that's the difference. Hopefully I'm doing it okay. Considering it's optional, I'm not sure there's really a way you can be doing it wrong. Because, like I mentioned earlier, I think this is like a process that happens naturally over time anyway. The more you use leather, it kind of wears in. So long as it's actually leather. Okay. Okay. Get some beeswax. I was watching some videos and I saw there are other tools that you could use to burnish as well, besides like a piece of canvas. They also have a wooden dowel, basically, and you use you do the same motion but with a chunk of wood on the side of it, and that gives a slightly different finish. Besides this beeswax covered canvas, but otherwise, like, it seems like a pretty low cost of entry hobby, other than of course buying the materials itself. I think this kit cost me like $30, and it came with all the leather as well as the beginner tutorial, like beginner materials, the needles, the beeswax, canvas, sandpaper, thread. I imagine if you are making up your own like designs, you're probably gonna have to invest in a good like punch and die kind of kit. But I'm sure once you buy that, you don't really have to buy it very often. So, but there we go. Professional. I think it looks super good. Let's just verify. Sand and burnish, and then you're all done. Enjoy your new glasses case. Guys, I think I'm done. Oh man. That was a good tutorial. Like, yeah, there were some steps that I was a little confused by initially, but you know, it's one of those, you read it, you don't quite understand, and then you just try, and things worked out. So I can't be Can't be that mad about it. I'm literally brand new to the craft, and I finished that within about an hour and 40 minutes. I think that's pretty good. So, just to review, today's project was from Buckle Guy. It was not sponsored, it's just a kit I was interested in trying myself. And it included all the things that I wanted from a locally sourced American company, including all the leather. So, yeah, I'd say I'd recommend this company for kits in the future. I'll probably be checking out a few of their other options for the different wallets and keychains and things. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having more leatherworking crafts completed in the future. I think this is definitely an easy to pick up skill if you have any previous experience with hand sewing. But yeah, I had a lot of fun today. I hope that all of you did. I know this is a little early, but honestly, I kind of need a nap, if I'm being honest. So I did want to say a special thank you to everybody who joined us today. It's so nice to see all of you, and I appreciate all the chat going on in the chit chats. And if you are interested in joining our crafty community, you can go ahead and hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, of course. We also have a website if you're interested in any free gifts for how to do different skills. I will be adding some gifts for how to do some leatherworking pretty soon. And we also have some tutorials if you're interested in those. But yeah, thanks again for joining. I really appreciate you spending your Saturday with Sarah. Alright, well, I hope that you guys have a good rest of your February. And I look forward to seeing you again in March. Alright, bye-bye.